In this video, we'll be discussing Neville Goddard's teachings on the law of assumption, which is a powerful concept that can help you manifest your desires into reality. Neville Goddard was a spiritual teacher and author who taught about the power of the human imagination to create one's reality. He believed that the human imagination is the key to unlocking our true potential and achieving our dreams. The law of assumption is a concept that Neville Goddard developed, which states that whatever you assume to be true will become your reality. In other words, your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and the world around you create your reality. So, if you can learn to control your thoughts and beliefs and focus them on positive outcomes, you can manifest your desires into reality. In this video, we'll be exploring the law of assumption in depth, discussing Neville Goddard's teaching, and sharing real-life examples of how this concept has worked for others. Understanding the law of assumption. To understand the law of assumption, it's important to first understand the power of our thoughts and beliefs. Everything that we experience in life, from the relationships we have to the material possessions we own, is a direct result of our thoughts and beliefs. Our beliefs are like a lens through which we see the world. They filter our experiences and shape our perceptions of reality. And when we hold on to negative beliefs or limiting beliefs, we can create negative experiences for ourselves. The law of assumption states that whatever we assume to be true will become our reality. This means that our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves and the world around us have a direct impact on what we experience in life. If we assume that we're unworthy of love or success, for example, we'll create experiences that reflect that belief. But if we assume that we're capable of achieving our dreams and living a life of abundance, we'll create experiences that reflect that belief. Importance of the law of assumption. The law of assumption is important because it gives us the power to create our reality. Instead of being a victim of our circumstances or feeling helpless in the face of adversity, we can take control of our thoughts and beliefs and manifest our desires into reality. The law of assumption also helps us to understand that we're not at the mercy of external circumstances. We can create our reality from within, regardless of what's happening around us. Examples of how the law of assumption works. To illustrate how the law of assumption works, let's take the example of two people who are trying to achieve the same goal, starting their own business. Person A believes that they're capable of starting a successful business. They assume that they have the skills, knowledge, and resources they need to make it happen. As a result, they take action toward their goal, network with other entrepreneurs, and work hard to create a business plan that will set them up for success. Person B, on the other hand, believes that starting a business is too difficult. They assume that they don't have the necessary skills or resources to make it happen. As a result, they don't take action toward their goal, they don't network with other entrepreneurs, and they don't create a business plan. As a result of their different assumptions, Person A is much more likely to succeed in starting a successful business than Person B. Their assumptions about themselves and their abilities shape their experiences and outcomes. Neville Goddard's teachings. Now that we've explored the law of assumption in more depth, let's discuss Neville Goddard's teachings and how they relate to this concept. Neville Goddard believed that imagination is the key to unlocking our true potential and achieving our dreams. He taught that the human imagination is not just a tool for visualizing things, but a powerful force that can create our reality. According to Neville, our imagination is the bridge between our inner world and our outer world. It's the tool we use to bring our desires into manifestation. Neville Goddard's teachings focus heavily on the concept of consciousness creates reality. He believed that everything we experience in life is a direct reflection of our consciousness, or our thoughts and beliefs. In other words, our external reality is a mirror of our internal reality. If we can learn to control our thoughts and beliefs and focus them on positive outcomes, we can manifest those outcomes into reality. Neville also believed that the power of the imagination is limitless. He taught us that we can use our imagination to create anything we desire, from material possessions to meaningful relationships and fulfilling careers. How to apply Neville Goddard's teachings. Now that we understand Neville Goddard's teachings on the power of the imagination, let's discuss how we can apply these teachings in our own lives. Understanding your desires. The first step in applying Neville Goddard's teachings is to identify your desires. What do you truly want in life? What would make you happy and fulfilled? Take some time to reflect on your desires and write them down. Be specific about what you want and why you want it. The more clarity you have about your desires, the easier it will be to manifest them into reality. Using imagination to manifest your desires. Once you've identified your desires, the next step is to use your imagination to manifest them into reality. This involves visualizing yourself already having what you desire and feeling the emotions associated with that experience. For example, if your desire is to start your own business, visualize yourself already running a successful business. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up every day excited about your work, to have a team of employees who support your vision, and to have financial abundance and freedom. The key to using your imagination effectively is to make your visualization as vivid and real as possible. Engage all of your senses and really immerse yourself in the experience. Importance of persistence and belief in your imagination. Finally, it's important to be persistent and believe in your imagination. Manifesting your desires into reality requires a deep sense of belief in yourself and your ability to create your reality. It's also important to be patient and persistent. Manifesting your desires may not happen overnight, but with consistent effort and belief in your imagination, you can make them a reality. Real-life examples of the law of assumption. To further illustrate the power of the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teaching, let's discuss some real-life examples of how this concept has worked for others. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is a famous actor and comedian who has spoken openly about his use of the law of assumption to achieve his goals. In the early days of his career, Jim would write himself a check for $10 million and carry it around with him. He visualized himself already having that money and the success that came with it. Years later, after achieving massive success as an actor, Jim found the check he had written to himself and realized that he had manifested exactly what he had visualized. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is a media mogul and philanthropist who has also spoken about her use of the law of assumption to achieve her goals. In the early days of her career, Oprah would visualize herself already having her own talk show and being successful in her field. Through her persistence and belief in her vision, Oprah eventually manifested her desires into reality and became one of the most successful talk show hosts in history. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is a professional mixed martial artist who has also spoken about his use of the law of assumption to achieve his goals. Before he became a world champion, Conor visualized himself already having the championship belt and the success that came with it. Through his dedication, persistence, and belief in his vision, Conor was able to manifest his desires into reality and become a world champion. These examples show us that the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teachings are not just theoretical concepts, but real-life tools that we can use to create the life we want. In conclusion, the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teachings are powerful concepts that can help us manifest our desires into reality. By understanding the power of our thoughts and beliefs, we can learn to control our reality and create the life we want. The key to applying these teachings is to identify our desires, use our imagination to visualize ourselves already having what we want, and persistently believe in our vision. Remember that manifesting our desires may not happen overnight, but with consistent effort and belief in our imagination, we can make them a reality. So, whatever you imagine, it will become your reality. Take control of your thoughts and beliefs and start manifesting the life you truly want.